Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss the 2023 Netflix original series. Well, technically, 5th season. I was acting like it was brand new. This ain't brand new. This has been around for a while. Dragon Prince, Book 5, Ocean, which is Season 5, Ocean. Mystery of Arvel. So 1, 2, and 3 was its own separate story, right? Then we have a time jump. And then 4, 5 is parts of the Mystery of Arvel story. Season 6 was not technically announced. It's leading directly into Season 6. Whether there'll be a continuation after 6, another trilogy worth of books for another story, who knows? I hope. This series is incredible. It's the same production team, majority of the production team of Nickelodeon's Avatar: The Last Airbender, Avatar: Legend of Korra. So there's literally a Pentapox scene in this, and I'm freaking the freak out because Pentapox was a running joke within Last Airbender, where Pentapus, who can give people Pentapox, which is a fictitious disease, but it clears out a whole city, and it's just absolutely hysterical that they're all infected with Pentapox. Bro, when the Pentapus came into screen, when Claudia's using the Pentapus's ink to make her own, potion for magic stuff, whatever. Freaking out. It was very much a giant Easter egg, and there was the Pentapus in her hands. It was glorious. Absolutely loved it. So, now, 9 episodes each season, right? Each book. So, book 5 is Ocean. So, we have an eclectic group of heroes on to save the world, right? Because Arvos's prison he is a star-touched elf. He's trying to get back into the real world so he can then take control, to defeat the dragons that imprisoned him, to defeat humanity as well, and then long live the elves, right? But now that elves and humans are together, as in like fighting side by side, working together, right? Along with the dragons, it's now a matter of what's the common enemy. The common enemy is now this star-touched elf named Aravos, who has control over, what's his face? Claudia and Soren's father, Viren. And so it's a matter of, will Viren's resurrection spell end, because his 30-day minute mark is up? Is Terry still going to help Claudia try to save her dad, but also, continue on with this dark magic in finding Aravos' prison? But while that's happening, you also have the General Omaya and Queen Sarai story going on, her brother being treasonous, the Blood Elf pact, oath, a thing, right? But then you also have Callum and Prince Callum and King Ezra. You have Soren. You have, why am I forgetting the assassin elf? The moon elf. Why am I forgetting her name? The name is escaping me. Badass with the swords. She has the coins of her parents. I'm sure it'll come to me. It's processing right now. But I like that Zim, the dragon, he's still with them. His mom is attacked by one thing at one point. She's then healed by a mushroom healer. Hysterical scene, but very important too, because she's seeing his father, her husband, in the dreamscape. But it's ocean stuff. It's sailing the seas. It's going under the seas. It's crossing the seas. Because if you don't have a dragon around anymore, how are you getting across? But all these different things. So Callum is a wind mage, right? He's learning the primal magics, and so he already mastered wind. So now it's a matter of, can he master ocean as well? Can he master water as well? And it turns out he can. So there's this villain Finnegan, Captain Finnegan, throughout this thing, and he has this gigantic hermit crab ship, which is a gorgeous plot point. There's humanoid aquatic creatures, very Pirates of the Caribbean. Dead Men Tell No Tales and Dead Man's Chest and all these different things within regards to Captain Davy Jones. So it's got that nice, gorgeous, authentic feel. It's got that, piratey kind of Scottish, Ireland, that kind of area music to it in certain piratey scenes. But then you also have the general beautiful score throughout as well. And it's very well done. It's very neat having everybody have their own stories, but for the good of the world. Are we going to do this one thing? Am I going to release this person for my own benefit? Am I going to release this elf for the world's benefit? What's happening with, the Sun-Touched Elf clan in general? Is the Sun Seed still going to be, valuable within getting the kingdoms back, things, right? So it's, I mean, yeah. So, okay, technically everybody has their own thing going on. But in hindsight, it's a matter of what can everybody do at one point for the betterment of the world, except for Claudia, because Claudia is just, she's lost her mind. So it's really cool having Soren be the logical, coherent one out of their family. And he literally gets Deadwood onto their side by saying, you're important. You don't have to listen to this guy, in regards to Captain Finnegan. Finnegrin, that was the other cool part. It wasn't Finnegan, because we're used to just Finnegan, Finn. But this was Finnegrin. So to have Captain Finnegrin run that crazy port, it was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. I'm Rayla. There we go. Her name popped up. I knew it would pop up. The moon assassin elf Rayla with her swords. Very cool underwater scene battles. Very cool, you know, sailing the seas. It gives you that summery kind of vibe. So conveniently, we're watching it in summer. It's currently July 30th when I am recording this. So it's neat, man. Like, what's great about this show is that it's authentic to the character development. It's true to its story. Yeah, it's an original story, but it has so much mythology to it. There's so much legend to it, so much history to it. So many things happened so many years ago, and so many hundreds of thousands of years ago. And we've learned from the past. The past brought us to the present, and what we do in the present affects the future. And Ezra is very much on top of that, and it's really cool having everybody on Team Ezra, on Team Zamardian's side, coming together to realize what's the future going to look like. How do we benefit the future for everybody? We, not me. And I'm all for the we, not me. I read so many books. I've read so many books, and I've learned many things that it's the betterment of the group rather than the betterment of the individual. So this particular storyline, this particular show, is very much a betterment of the group, not the betterment of the individual. So it's just wonderful. It's very well done. Bro, thrown into Pentapus, I literally went, what? I verbally said what out loud to the screen. It's just cool when you're a fan of someone's work, artistic style, artistic abilities, whether it be in actual writing, whether it be in actual music, whether it be in actual animation. It's neat having that transfer from a property from way back in the day. When was Avatar: The Last Airbender? That was 2005 that first aired. Yeah, 2005 that first aired. And to here we are 18 years later, and it's still being absolutely incredible. Within regards to the creative talent behind it, is still doing absolutely incredible work. I'm so happy. I am still nervous for the live-action Airbender series that's going to be on Netflix, but I have hope. And that's all we can hope for. Revolutions are built on hope, right? We've learned that from our good old Jin Urso there. Quoting some Star Wars Rogue One for you. Rogue One, a Star Wars story, excuse me. Love Rogue One. Oh, bro, Rogue One is awesome. Okay, I'm rambling. Book 5, Ocean, Dragon Prince, History of Aravos. Many titles in that. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.